How we doing, folks? The first film since we got back from Mull, and it's turned cold. It's turned Baltic actually. We're just in the orchard at the moment, so I'm just kind of weighing up a little project to do with all these, with the apples, and maybe trying to get some pictures of thrushes and blackbirds, but that's for another day. But like I said, it has turned a bit frosticles, so I've got a couple of things to show you up in the hide. Oh, look at that red kite up there. I don't know if you can make it out on here on this little camera. But yeah, it's definitely turned cold. We're having a cold snap, and it's nice because, I don't know, the last a week maybe, it's been horrible. It's been proper wet, and I don't know, just not really good for photography, but I love it when it's this cold. It's great. Look at that, proper bit of frost on the meadow. So it's, what time are we on? 2:30. It's getting on a bit, and I just thought, where the hide is situated this time of year, the last couple of hours are light, you can get some really nice backlit shots. So that we go up to the hide. I've already took the cameras up, so we've got 2 cameras set up there, and there's a couple of little things I just want to show you. We've just refreshed a few things. Nothing major externally. Same setup. We've still got that pile there. I've actually moved the Buzzard setup. It's back down here. I did move it up there, but oh, pheasant coming in, 100 mile an hour. Yeah, I've moved that back there and made it a little bit larger. So that's working all right at the moment. And we've also refreshed this log pile at the front, so this is looking from the front of the hide. So as you can see there, we've got a nice pile of mossy logs. This works really well, this stump, so it's kind of hollow in the middle, but when you look at it from down there, you get some right good pictures of the chaffinches and all sorts of stuff. You can fill this up with food and get some nice pictures. Now, the pool's working fantastically well, but as you can see at the moment, it's somewhat frozen up, so it's quite thick, is that? So there, yeah, it's just a case of breaking that when we come down and letting the birds get to the water. But I did a couple of little things. We've added that post there, and also I've added this section here. So what I've done, as you can see here, I've just built it up. This is a lot of old timbers that I got. I saw it advertised on Marketplace. Somebody had taken an old barn down and there was a massive pile of stuff, and anyway, they just wanted shots of it. So I went down, filled the trailer up, didn't really have any specific use for it as such, but for something like this it's coming dead handy because I'm not using expensive wood, and all I've done is I've built a lattice platform. That was an old barn door that I had. I put that on, and then I've just built it up with moss and logs and a bit of earth, and it's just an extension of the pool. So it's like almost like a forest floor kind of effect, and it's been working really well. I've had some really nice shots on here, so that's one modification. Like I said, externally nothing else has changed, but one thing I have changed are the openings in the hide. So as you can see, super concealed at the moment. Now the other week I actually changed them and I put in these perspex screens with a one-way film on it, and I've kept this one on this side because it seems to be working all right, but I don't know, I wasn't 100% with it. I wasn't 100% happy, and I'd made the openings slightly small, so if anyone was here and they had a big 600, it was limiting the amount of lateral movement that you had. So we'll go inside now and I'll show you. You can probably see it better from the inside, but externally you can see this one-way film that works fantastically well. From outside you cannot see anything in there. So this is the viewing slot. We'll go inside now and show you how well that works. Right, we'll put the light on so you can see a bit better. So as I said, this is the slot for the pool. That's the one-way film, which is working fine at the moment, so we're going to leave that one. But these are the openings for the main hide, the front of the hide. So as you can see, we've got a solid piece of ply with a slot cut out and also that circle cut out. Now you can see better on this one. When you look out through that, you can see perfectly well, but you can't see anything from the outside, which is brilliant. I was really mindful of the buzzards and how twitchy the buzzards are, because any form of movement at all, especially down here when people are operating the camera, they can, beforehand there was a potential that you could see people's hands moving, and I always said to people, when you come down, be mindful of your hands moving and the amount of movement, because the birds are, especially the buzzards, their eyesight's so good that they'll pick up on that and they will never come down, or it'll just spook them. So this, with it being solid, if people are moving around behind here, they're not going to spook the birds, and up to now it's worked superb, really well. So we've got that's a lens hood, a Tragopan lens hood. They're fixed on permanently, so you just put your camera through there, as we've got the 300mm set up on the Z9. Full movement with the beanbag and the turntable, and then you just look through there to see what you want to see. So that's a massive improvement. I'm really happy with that. It's dead hard to get the openings right on a hide. I didn't want to go down the route of one-way glass, because you lose a stopper light, and also the fact that if you imagine you're sat here and you've got a piece of glass there and you've got a camera with a 600mm lens on, well, your camera's going to have to be back here, so you're going to have a massive shelf in front. I don't see how it would work, really, to be honest, and it's an expensive fix as well. So I'm suited with this now. It's working really, really well. So another thing to show you, so this is in here permanently now. So this is a new Ecoflow power bank, so people have a power source in the hide. We haven't got any permanent electric up here, but we've just been sent this one. Unbelievably good timing, because last night we had a power cut, so we had the power was off in the house from what was it, 2 o'clock till 10:30, which ordinarily, if you don't live out in the sticks, it's not a massive big deal, is it really? But when we have a power cut here, we lose the water because we're on a borehole, so we've no pump. We lose the internet, we lose, well, you'd lose the internet anyway wherever you lived. But it's yeah, it's hard work with no lighting anyway, but we've got a couple of these power banks now and they're invaluable, so we can plug the internet in, we can plug the TV in, and we can basically, we're back on the grid. So this one, let's actually get it down. Look at it. So there we go. So this one is the Ecoflow Delta 3 Plus. This is the latest version. It's got AC output, so it's got 4 outputs there. It's got 2 USB-C and 2 USB charging ports. There's all sorts of different ways that you can charge it up. You can charge it up from solar, so I've still got the solar panel from me older Ecoflow power bank, so I can charge it up off that. I can charge it up directly off the mains. Ecoflow actually do a little I think it's a multi-fuel like generator, so you can get one of them, charge it up off that. Yeah, and another way, you can actually get an alternator charger. So the alternator charger is obviously set up in your vehicle, your car, your camper van or whatever, attached to your alternator. That is then putting juice into this, so as you're driving along and operating the vehicle, it's putting juice into your power bank for when you stopped, you pulled up and you need a power source for running a kettle. You can run a toaster, hairdryer, you name it, you can run all sorts of it. It's a powerful unit, it's 1800 watts, and it actually it has something called an X boost, so it'll go up to 2400. Sometimes there's certain things that are quite high draining, kettles are a nightmare. They take a lot of juice out of one of these, so if you need that extra bit of oomph, this will have it because of that X boost that it's got built into it. There's an app as well on your phone. You can do, you can monitor it, you can set timers up on it. So as an emergency backup, if you're doing computer work, you can have your computer plugged into this. This is plugged into the mains. If you had a power cut, automatically this kicks in without your computer even noticing. I think it's something like 10 milliseconds. It's just unbelievably quick, so you don't lose any work on your computer. Just things like that, I mean, there's a lot of tech in these things now. It's super quiet as well. It's really quiet, a lot quieter than the last one. When I used to use me Ecoflow outside for running the outside lights, the fan used to come on and it was quite noisy, the fan. This one, super quiet, so yeah, really chuffed. It's a belting unit, a lot of power in it. You won't want to be dragging it around. It's not something light enough for that. But inside somewhere like this, in a hide or a shed, in a workshop, I can put it in my little trailer when I'm up and down, working outside. I can take it with me, running power tools off it, and there's a really good saving at the moment. So this is on a Black Friday. Black Friday's on. The sale's on at the moment. This should be $699. It's down to 549 quid. So if you're in the market for a power bank, they've got other ones on there. There's all sorts of different ones. They've small ones, big, massive, great big power banks with wheels, and this one also you can add an extra battery to it, so it's expandable. So yeah, fantastic. This is going to be a godsend, and for people coming to the hide as well, so you can charge your batteries up, charge your mobile phone up, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, nice one, Ecoflow. Thanks for sponsoring this video. Another use for this, so we're going to put this back. I'll show you where it lives. So it's going to be staying up here. So this plug, that's plugged in now, and this is actually going outside the hide. Let's go and have a look what we've got out there. So when we're doing the owl photography at night, I usually have my rotor lights set up. So what I used to do was have the power bank down here, 2 rotor lights set up on tripods, and then the flashes would be on there. The only thing is with the rotor lights, as good as they are, they're not waterproof. So what we've done, we've got 2 waterproof 7-watt LEDs. They're wired in now, and they run into the hide, and they are powered off that new power bank, so we don't have to worry about them. We don't have to take them down. If I want to just come up and watch the owls one night without doing any photography, I don't have to come outside setting stuff up. I can just operate it from inside. Bang, lights are on, jobs are good. And so that's a massive improvement. Yeah, I'm well suited with them. Right, we've got an hour. I reckon we've got an hour of light left, so I think what we'll do, we've got 2 cameras set up. We've got our Z50 Mark II with a 180 to 600 set up on the little reflection pool that's not reflecting anything at the moment because it's frozen solid, but there's plenty of birds knocking about, a lot of small stuff. And we've got the Z9 with the 300mm. I've actually put a pheasant down on the Buzzard setup, so whether we'll see anything there or not, I don't know. It's getting a bit late in the day, but we've had quite a few magpies knocking about, and there's just a possibility where the sun is at the moment of getting some nice backlit shots. Be nice to get some flight shots of them, but we'll see. It's just a really good time of the day because the birds, you know, they're getting ready for night time. It's cold today, so they're stocking up. They're going mad for the peanuts today. They're getting that bit of energy in the bodies for the coming night. It must be freezing. I don't know how they do it, to be honest. Amazing. For such a tiny little bird, how they survive this cold weather. Anyway, let's turn these lights off and see if out comes down. Buzzard. Important thing with the buzzards, don't move a muscle when they come down. This is when they're on the most heightened. This is when they're just watching for danger. So when a buzzard comes down, before it starts feeding, don't even think about your camera. Just leave the camera alone. Just sit back and just watch it. And then when they start feeding, obviously that's when they're confident, and that's when you can move your camera. And I mean when I say move your camera, I mean millimetre by millimetre. They will pick up on any form of movement at all. If they look up, just don't touch your camera again, just keep completely still. When they put their head down and they start feeding, that's when you've got the opportunity to move that camera very, very, very slowly. And then when they look up again, which they do every few seconds, just back off. And it's just a patient waiting game and waiting for the right moment. and invariably once they've had something to eat, that's another good opportunity. I don't really like taking photos of them when they're actually feeding. It's not an ideal pose, is it, when they're ragging at some food and they're full of feathers. The best time is when they've actually finished feeding. They tend to go up on a higher perch, and then they'll start cleaning their beak and you know, getting ready to fly off. But that is the golden moment then to get some really nice shots. It's actually a second buzzard just come in. The second one is, the other one is feeding now at the moment. There's another one behind, about 20 metres behind in the hedge. It's calling. The other one keeps looking at it, I don't. It's just gone. It's flown off. The other one's still feeding though. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Buzzard, buzzard. Oh, yes. Just come in right on that big perch. The other one's still there, 2 in at the moment. Wow. Oh, and it's gone, it's gone, it's gone. Wow, I didn't expect that. The other one's still there, but one came from behind. Didn't even know where it came from. It landed on the big V perch where the owls usually land. I got some lovely shots of it. Didn't stay for long, probably 20-30 seconds if that, and it's gone. We've not got much light left, probably 10 minutes. The sun's dropping all the time. A couple of magpies about, a couple of magpies. Colours are amazing. I'm just going to ramp my shutter speed up. We're going up to 3,200th of a second. There's a magpie right up on the top. I just want to see if I can. I'll put it in full frame. We're out of DX mode, so I've got a wider field of view. I say I'm only on the 300, so I'm not tightly cropped in. Have a look on the back of the camera. I'm hoping that was a decent shot. Oh yeah. Here we go. That's quite nice, that. I like that. Nice and sharp. Like I said, ramped it up 3,200th of a second. That extra light allowed me to get a decent ISO. I'm not sure what the ISO was on it, but yeah, suited with that. Worth coming up. So quick, how long have we been? An hour and a half, something like that, and I've got a couple of decent shots there, and to get the 2 buzzard, that was really unexpected. I just wasn't, I put that stuff down really for tomorrow, just hoping that something had come in tomorrow, but I really wasn't expecting to see 2 buzzards. So it just shows that the new screens are working fine. They never bothered, so you know, there was no movement given away. These solid screens are working a lot better, so I'm suited with that, so that's grand. Don't forget, the calendars are still available, so it's getting that time of the year where we're starting to buy Christmas presents for people. So we've got signed 2026 wildlife calendars, so I'll put a link at the bottom of the screen so you know where to get them from. Right, that's it for this one. Only a quick one. I just wanted to show you a few things with the hide. We're hopefully out with the, well, we're hoping to get out on the short-eared owls in the next couple of weeks, definitely, because if it stays like this as well, it'd be fantastic. So, right, thanks very much for watching. All of you that have bought me a coffee, Massively appreciated. Thanks for supporting the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.